Welcome back to another no bullshit episode of Hound Dog Motorsports. Today we are installing this big old intercooler. First thing I'm doing is removing the wheels so I can remove the front bumper. Now with all the wheels off, I am going to attempt to pull the front bumper. That's completely rubbed through the fender liners, holy shit. Here you can see the consequences of being slammed as fuck, which low-key sucks. Like, I gotta replace this. I gotta replace my bumper, all that fun stuff, because for some reason this is connected to the fender, which makes absolutely no sense, but that's a BMW. Sweet, this side's off to the next one. This side is a little bit better. Got a few bit more 8mm to get through. Now I'm going to remove these bits. Maybe it will slide out. I doubt it, because I guarantee you I forgot something. Yep, I'm forgetting something. Hopefully, it's going to come off now, and it does. It says it's spray painting on it. This has what looks like spray painting on it right here. And I was like, oh wow, did this already have one? I thought I verified that it didn't. And no, the only thing is that it's bumped and crushed right there a little bit. And then that's probably from like road asphalt. No, I gotta pop these off. Not sure if they come all the way out or what. That's one out. I'm low-key regretting not getting the aluminum pipes because I have the whole top half, just not the bottom half. Hopefully that doesn't slap me in the face. That's two out. Now I need to do this, that. Oh, two different sizes. Oh, fuck. So I gotta do those. I'm gonna remove this bracket right here. I gotta pull out the fan, which is quick disconnect, aka previous owner broke off a lot of stuff. All the brackets. I don't know what it's hanging on from, but hanging on to something. Please don't break. It's off. All right, looking at it more closely now, this is the VRSF 5-inch stepped intercooler. The OEM one is just flat across the plane right here. There is no steppage right here. So this is actually worth some money. But regardless, the one I have now is much more bigger by like 2 inches, so it's gonna be able to flow better. It's not stepped, so the IAT differences is gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut out the entire front end. Well, that deleted itself. From the most recent test fit, it looks like I need to cut to this hole right here, and then probably the same amount on this side, and it should just slide straight on through. So that side is gonna fit snug. This side, it looks like I'm gonna have to cut to that white mark there and go straight up. It's a little tight. I'll chop off a little bit more. Oh, she fits. She fits, hell yeah. So to get this collar off, what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use a burr bit, a titanium burr bit, and just bzzz it off. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to film this process, but I'm gonna try and get you guys the best angle I can. Got her off. Now, removing this with the right tools is not as difficult as people make it seem to be. If you use a burr bit, you're much less likely to cut into your plastic, your metal, or whatever it may be that you're using as your intercooler piping. By using the burr bit, I was able to basically sand it down to a really thin platform, pop it off, and then pull this out with just a few twists. A lot of people, they really try and go up top. Just go through the bottom while you're there, and it will just pop right on off. So now I get to go do the other side. And that one came off. Now it's time to install the silicone connector. Perfect. That's seated. Now I'm very conscious about where these sit because you want them to be accessible, but you also don't want them rubbing. If these rub on a hose or a belt or something like that, you're absolutely snafu'd and you're not gonna be happy. Have confidence in those holding. Now it is time to mount the intercooler. I don't think this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna take some vacuum grease and rub the inside of these just a little bit because if you put too much, it will blow off the hose. Like I said, you normally wanna use hairspray because it will keep these on like a creamsicle. Only downside is that if they do blow off, you do gotta go back and do it again, put the hairspray on, but I've had good luck so far. And it's vacuum grease, so I don't think it will cause that much issue. When I was installing the front mount intercooler on my WRX track build, I had the same problem where I kept blowing off a hose at like borderline bass boost. Come to find out, when I put hairspray on it, it never blew off again. But that's also, you know, a Subaru front mount intercooler where it has tons of piping. At this point, I'm just so used to bench pressing shit into this car. This is so much fun. God, this is so much fun. Shit. That fits and it's holding. Now it's time to tighten up the bits and pieces. Alright, that's tight. I'm all about uniformity. I'm not a fan of how these would be asymmetrical. So I am removing this collar in order to have it facing the same direction as the other one. I don't want to have to run an extension to take this one off and not one to take that one off. So uniformity is key when it comes to doing stuff like this. It just loosened it. What's up, dude?
Hey, I don't have anything for you.
No, you're all good.
I just want to say I really like your license plate on your truck.
Oh, thanks, dude. She's tucked up in there. I was really concerned that it was gonna be like loose fitting, but no, it's pretty solid. Now what I'm gonna do is try and see if I can reinstall this brake duct. If not, I'm gonna throw the bumper back on and call it a day. Got 50 million bolts to put back on. Yippee! Those are gonna suck. So I did a little squinting with my hoo-haws, and you can see this says 335. That wasn't that bad. So it is now a few days after the install, and if you guys notice a difference in my quality, it's because I've switched completely over to DJI, complete with the microphone and the action camera. I was using my iPhone and my GoPro, and it just was not cutting it. But the change is good. I really like the quality that's coming out, and hopefully you guys too. But speaking of quality, IATs, stunning, absolutely baller, especially coming from On3, who doesn't have the best reputation around, and most people do not have a good experience with them. Absolutely baller change that I am enthralled with. I went from seeing about 50 degrees above ambient temp to now 30 at most, and that's with twice as many hard pulls. Just driving around, I'm not seeing anything above ambient temp. After 3 to 4 hard pulls, I'm seeing 10, and then so on and so forth. Of course, that will change as we get out of these winter months and into the spring and summer. Just the quality overall of IATs, it's only going to get better from here. But with that being said, that concludes this video. If you guys have stuck around, I'd appreciate it if you guys would like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one.